A stray dog gave birth to 6 puppies. In order to keep them alive, she gave 2 of them to humans. Was she pregnant or had she already given birth? 4 little puppies were waiting outside a mountain cave for their mother to return. Don't be fooled by how chubby and clean they look because their mother is actually a stray dog who begs for food every day. On this steep and rugged mountain, a white dog can often be seen eagerly trying to please hikers, hoping to get a bite of food in return. Many kind-hearted climbers will share some of their rations with her. The dog isn't picky, she eats anything that's given. A woman who hikes the mountain regularly said that the dog is a stray but very friendly. If you wave to her, she'll happily come over and let you pet her. Everyone who frequents the trail knows her and adores this sweet, clingy dog. They even gave her a name Dabai, which means big white. No one knows where Dabai came from. She just appeared on the mountain one day about a year ago, and many people suspect she was abandoned by her owner. Since there's no food in the mountains, Dabai has survived solely by relying on the kindness of hikers who feed her. But lately, people noticed that Dabai's energy was fading. She was looking thinner and more worn out. In the past, when someone gave her food, she would walk them all the way to the mountaintop, acting as a loyal little guide. But recently, she seems too weak. She often stops halfway and turns back. No one knew where she was going. Someone noticed that her belly looked swollen and guessed she might be pregnant or had already given birth. One of the regular hikers decided to follow her to find out. But 2 legs are no match for 4. Dabai quickly disappeared into the deep forest. About an hour later, she reappeared on the main trail and collapsed on a rock, fast asleep. People were curious where had she gone, and what had made her so exhausted. So, they strapped a small camera to her collar. After a short rest, Dabai took off downhill, cheerfully greeting tourists along the way, happily accepting pets and cuddles from them. She was such a sweet, polite dog. Meanwhile, volunteers monitored her movements from the camera. They saw her dart into the forest, then climb a snow-covered mountain path, eventually arriving at a stone cave. She barked a few times and suddenly, 4 tiny puppies ran out of the cave. Their appearance and fur were strikingly similar to Dabai's. It was clear they were her babies. While Dabai was out begging for food again, the hiker and volunteers approached the cave. One little pup poked its head out to see if Mama was back, but upon seeing strangers, quickly retreated into the cave. The 4 little ones huddled together in fear, barking loudly in a show of fierce, adorable bravery. The hikers didn't rush in, they just set up a camera at the entrance. Before long, Dabai returned. Her puppies rushed to her hungrily, clearly starving. They fought to nurse while Dabai stood completely still, letting them feed. As soon as they were full, she left again, without resting. Every time she left, the 4 puppies would sit by the entrance, waiting longingly for her return. The curious little ones soon noticed the camera. They crept up to it, pawed at the lens, and even licked it to see if it was food, eventually knocking it over. That night, Dabai came back again to nurse them, but the pups were growing fast and needed to feed more often. Dabai was clearly exhausted, almost dozing off as she leaned against the stone wall. Even so, she didn't stay long. After a brief moment with her pups, she left again and returned 2 hours later. Over and over, she came and went, making everyone wonder where was she going so late, when there were no tourists around. The camera finally revealed her secret. Besides caring for the 4 puppies in the cave, Dabai was also frequently visiting a guest house at the foot of the mountain. Could this be her home? Volunteers visited the guest house and showed Dabai's photo to the owner. The landlady said she wasn't Dabai's owner, but she had recently heard the faint cries of puppies under the floorboards. She led the volunteers to investigate, and sure enough, they discovered 2 more puppies there, looking identical to the ones in the cave. It was clear they were also Dabai's children. The vet speculated that Dabai had given birth to 6 puppies and had been running back and forth every day trying to care for them. But as they grew, it became too much for her to handle alone, knowing she couldn't support all of them. She had made the heartbreaking decision to leave the 2 weaker pups near humans, hoping they'd be saved. If you believe Dabai did the right thing, type 666 in the comments. The landlady brought the 2 pups inside, placing them on a soft blanket and giving them food. They were old enough to eat on their own and gobbled it up like they were starving. Soon after, Dabai arrived and sat quietly outside the door. When the puppies saw her, they rushed to the glass and called out to her, but she didn't move. She just looked at them for a long moment, then turned away slowly. The pups pawed anxiously at the glass, whimpering. Still, Dabai chose to walk away. She looked back again and again, her eyes filled with longing. As a mother, of course she loved her children, but she knew that letting them go was the only way they might survive. Though it broke her heart, she chose to leave. Sometimes, leaving doesn't mean you don't love, it means you love too much. The landlady wept watching the scene. Everyone was deeply moved by this mother's sacrifice. They decided to give Dabai and her puppies a safe place to live. First, they rescued the 4 puppies from the cave. When Dabai returned and saw her babies gone, she began searching frantically, crying out in panic. To her children were her whole world. When she finally saw that they were safe, she calmed down. She seemed to understand that the people were there to help, not harm. She gently allowed them to put a leash on her. Together, the volunteers carried the puppies and walked Dabai down the mountain to a veterinary hospital. The vet gave them all a thorough checkup. All 6 puppies were healthy thanks to Dabai's devoted care. Dabai herself was severely malnourished and had a minor skin condition, but would recover with time and treatment. The volunteers pledged to carefully screen adopters and find a loving forever home for the entire dog family. Dabai now rests her paws on the kennel bars, a look of happiness and gratitude on her face. A mother's love knows no boundaries, not of species, nor words, nor distance. Whether human or animal, a mother's love is unwavering and eternal. Let's give a big thumbs up for this incredible maternal love. If you think the kind-hearted people in this video did the right thing, type "bless the good" in the comments. See you in the next story.